but he's also a silly guy. Like I think people think he's an intimidating dude, but between takes he'll like just start singing. Like he's like a silly dude. It was great.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Great.
Good, good. Thank you so much for your time. My pleasure to talk to you and to talk about The Exorcist. How was like what attracted you when you read the script and this kind of a movie within a movie? It's crazy idea.
That's so true. That's part of it. That attracted me to it. I really love film. It's been a part of my life forever. And I think the themes around, you know, patriarchy and misogyny and queerness, but also how that's interwoven within the film industry and watching this young woman sort of forge her way through that and sort of face the walls that the industry puts up and tear those down, you know, with the relationship with her father, with just the way we see a film set operate. Um, that was really exciting, but I also really loved the character of Lee. I thought she was just really cool and really relatable. And I saw a lot of myself in her, how she's really passionate and headstrong and driven and, you know, she's queer. And I just felt really, really drawn to it.
Yeah, I love her. Like I think she's very cool. The hair that they like blonde hair, short hair. I
Yeah.
don't have it, but I think it's so cool. I love that
Thank you.
that
Yeah,
part of it.
she's got a really cool rock star look. A lot of the look we pulled for her was very inspired by like the indie sleaze era, you know, like fur coats and hoodies, like the high low of it all with that sort of messy, like I don't give a shit hair. She's cool.
It's really cool. And also like work with Russell Crowe. It's I know you guys have a relationship before because he worked with your brother and but how was like actual work with him?
It was great. Yeah, I've known Russell forever. And he's always been a really close family friend. And then getting to do this movie together was just sort of like happenstance. We had no idea the other person was attached until we were both at the end of the line. And then we were like, well, now we have to make this work. And it was such a gift. He's so fiercely loyal. He's so generous. And he's the type of actor too that he'll just like drop little pieces of wisdom. Like he is like a part of the machine that is like the making of a movie. And he was really giving in, you know, working with him. Our chemistry was great, but also just like dropping bits of wisdom. But he's also a silly guy. Like I think people think he's an intimidating dude, but between takes he'll like just start singing. Like he's like a silly dude. It was great.
Yeah, that's good. That's good when you have that like relaxed environment to work, especially in a movie like this, you know what I mean? And it's very intense. And what do you like, in your opinion, what do you think that this movie is? Because we see a lot of like movie about exorcist. I know this is a movie within a movie, but what this movie has different from the other ones we that already touched this subject.
I think this movie is asking you to analyze the tropes of the tradition of horror and exorcist movies. I think in most exorcist films, you have a young woman in a place a place of being a victim, and then a man in power saving her. And this very much reverses that. Russell's the one under attack, and his young queer daughter is the one that has to figure it out. And you know, with that tradition comes a lot of patriarchy and misogyny, and our hero of this story is like a young queer woman. And I think that's refreshing.
Yeah, it is. And also the relationship that your character has with Blake. And I
Mhm.
think it's also amazing how it's like you work with Chloe and to create that relationship, like the chemistry. You both have a wonderful chemistry on screen.
Thank you. She's the best. I really, really love Chloe. I was really surprised by her too. I'd never seen her act in anything before, and I was familiar with her music, but I think she's such a natural. Like, she really just brings this natural charm and charisma. It's kind of magnetic. And she's a really, really sweet person. She's like one of the sweetest girls I've ever met. She's just really funny. We just really got along, and it was such a fucking blessing to have her there, you know, just to be able to hang out with her between the intensity, like to have someone my own age so we could just like go out for drinks after. Like she was just the best. We just really got along. She's a great person.
That's amazing. Ryan, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. I also have a Ryan in my life,
Oh,
but it's my son. So I love this name. I really, really love it. Even if I have a girl, I think I will name her Ryan too.
well, tell your son I say hello. That's so
I
sweet.
will. I will. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Bye.
bye.
Hi, Adam.
Hi,
Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you.
thank you.
And wow, reunited with Russell Crowe after so
Yeah,
many years, right?
right.
So, what attracted you to this project, to Peter?
Yeah, I mean, well, two things. Russell and and Peter. Russell reached out to me and said that there was this project, and I was fairly certain, unless it was like a total piece of garbage, it had to be like that I was absolutely going to do it because the opportunity to work with Russell again was something I'd wanted to do since I worked with Russell the first time. And then, when I read it, it was just, yeah, I mean, it's just really up my alley, this idea about sort of, films about films have always been something that have really appealed to me. I've actually made a film that was kind of about a guy, an actor going crazy making a film, as it turns out. Yeah, essentially. And and I really enjoyed, the part. I really look forward to sort of channeling my inner awful director.
Yeah, you're very serious on the role. I bet you're not like that on your real life when
No, I
you're
mean,
directing.
I hope. Well, yeah, sure, I hope not. I mean, yeah, it was sort of like the antithesis of what you do when you want to, the antithesis of how you should treat people, which, in many ways is sort of easy to do because sometimes it's, hard to keep things together on a set. There's a lot of politics and all of that. And it was sort of fun, this idea of just sort of throwing all of that out the window and being as, sort of socially incorrect and unhinged as you possibly could be. It's sort of cathartic in an awful sort of way.
Yes, and we see like a lot of like movie about exorcism and
Yeah.
all this. What this movie makes different from the other ones that stand out from the other ones?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would, it's interesting because, that title that it has now, I mean, that wasn't the title we were working with. And that's, I suppose, a whole other story. I don't really see it about, I never saw it as being about an exorcism. I saw it about, I saw it being a film about a guy, who was, being haunted essentially by his inner demons in a figurative sense. I mean, that's clearly what it's meant to represent, and not by like the actual devil himself, a guy who's fighting with himself as he kind of unravels during the course of making a film. And so that to me at its core is really what it's about. And, the exorcism thing, I think is sort of a handy metaphor, I guess, for it.
Yeah, and if Peter, your character, has to describe this movie in a word, what word he would say to me?
What would Peter say?
Yeah.
He would say it was, maybe essential.
Essential, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you. And
Thank you.
you have amazing music. You can see your studio back then.
Thank you.
And also, thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, take care.
If you like to continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.